But y'all trying to send me to Atlanta next month
Where ain't nobody
for training and shit.
look like Texas.
Texas, they LC right now.
Ain't y'all going down there?
Yeah, I'm wearing my mask still though. They talking about.
Oh yeah, dude came out was like, "Fuck a mask."
Yeah, he just lifted everything and shit.
Welcome to episode 189 of Technical Foul, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
It's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ask Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. How are y'all this week? How are you? Hello.
I'm the RJ.
Only known as
The RJ.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman,
The gentleman.
the everyday gentleman,
24/7.
but better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
Still is Ronnie.
To me. Anywho, you can go ahead and oh damn, you go flip the bird like that. All right. I
Got two of them.
No, but you can follow us on over. Actually, you can go ahead and see Ken flipping the bird at our YouTube Technical File Podcast. You can also go over to our website, www.technicalfile.com. Don't forget to put the K on that motherfucker.
You're damn right.
You can also see us on the Instagram and the Twitter at Technical File.
Mm-hmm.
We're on Facebook as well at Technical File Podcast. But then we also have a Technical File Pod Overtime group. We could join in with the listeners, fans, and the fam.
Indeed.
Go for sure.
Like I said every week, man, if you guys enjoy being a part of this amazing Tech File fam, share it with everyone you know. Your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your granny, your baby mama, baby daddy, whoever. Wherever you are, wherever you're listening right now, all you gotta do is share. It don't take no time to do it, less than 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We don't grow without y'all, so share. Do it now.
Those likes.
Free way to support the pod, and we appreciate it every time you do.
Absolutely.
Every time. Tech File Challenge, we got one this week. We ended last week's Tech File Challenge was just dropping a Black History fact to end Black History Month.
Mm-hmm.
We got one for this week. Or we skating through.
I don't have one in the Chamberlain.
I do not.
All right, we just gonna skate. We're gonna skate right on through then. We ain't got one this week.
I mean, the challenge is always just, share the show. But wherever you find podcasts, you can find us. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
Yes, sir.
SoundCloud,
That we at?
Indeed.
Stitcher,
Indeed.
Spotify,
You know what I'm saying?
Amazon Music,
We there too.
Pandora.
Yeah. I keep forgetting about Pandora. Hey.
iHeartRadio,
Boom, boom.
Himalaya,
Like a player.
Wooshka,
Wooshka.
the Good News app.
Good news.
Shout out to everybody listening to us live. We appreciate you.
For sure.
Indeed. Welcome.
Every week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Be there.
We here.
Here.
We here.
Get the show early. Join the little chat box and be part of the show. We got the chat box up. You can say what you want to say while we talking. You're gonna be part of it too.
Exactly.
Y'all know y'all be talking back to us when you listen anyway. So you might as well just join us on Tuesdays at 6:00.
Exactly. We all fam.
Central Time.
And wherever you're listening to this episode right now, while there, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, review. 5 stars is better. It helps us. We appreciate it.
For sure.
Show for show. All right. Let's shout out our top listening cities over the past week and give some love to our international listeners before we hit the sport fact and then get into the show for the week. So, number 1 city last week, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome back to that top spot.
Milltown.
We appreciate the hometown rocking with us. Number 2, we got Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, what's going on? Welcome back every week. Y'all here to stay. Y'all see our boy out there balling. Y'all see it.
They see Melo out there hooping.
Y'all see it out there. Rookie of the year. Y'all seeing it.
Starter Melo. Number 3, we got Boulder, Colorado.
Hello, Boulder.
Boulder.
Number 4, we got Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota. Welcome.
It's just, I guess anybody that doesn't live there like to say the name, just Sarasota.
Sarasota. You saw I stayed on Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you saying like stairs to soda or something like that. I don't know.
Stairs to soda.
Stairs to soda. Stairs to soda Florida.
I just like the way it rolls off the tongue. Sarasota.
Hello.
Number 5. We got Racine, Wisconsin.
Hello, neighbor.
What's going on?
Number 6, we got Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh, hello, neighbor.
Menominee Falls. What's going on?
Number 7, we got Inglewood.
Inglewood. What up?
What's up, Inglewood?
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, we got Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, what's going on?
Bay. Y'all still partying down there?
It's still out here. They still out here getting it.
You know they ain't. Never mind. Number 9, we got New Berlin, Wisconsin.
Hello, neighbor.
What's going on, New Berlin?
And then number 10, we got Trusty, Cypress, Texas.
Cypress, welcome back.
Cypress always there.
Man.
Depend on you.
Exactly.
Watch they don't be here next week and shit. I'm like, damn.
We got a friend in Cyprus. International listeners, we have 4 different countries check in outside of the United States. Those countries included Belgium.
Belgium, welcome back.
Hello.
The United Kingdom.
UK, welcome
What's
back.
up?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands, what's going on? Welcome.
And Brazil.
Brazil, what's going on? Welcome.
Shout out to y'all for sure. All right. Sport fact of the week. What we got?
On March 2nd, 1962, Wilt Chamberlain sets the NBA record for scoring 100 points, allegedly, for the Philadelphia Warriors during a 147 victory over the New York Knicks before a crowd of 4,124 people in Hershey, Pennsylvania. He also set records. Yeah. He also sets records for most field goals made, 36, most field goals attempted, 63, most free throws made, 28 of 32, and most points in a half, 59. Wilt scored 23 points in the first quarter, 18 in the second, 28 in the third, and 31 in the fourth. He had the 100th point after a pass from Joe Rucklick with 46 seconds remaining. He also grabbed 28 rebounds.
The coldest game in history.
That shit ain't happening. Where the footage? Where's the foot? The only thing we have is this man holding up some paper that say 100 on it.
Do you
fuck out of here?
That certain people would lie about Wilt having 100?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
either. Not at that time.
No, not at that time. They ain't gonna get no black man no 100 points.
Ain't no way
get no 100 points. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way y'all scoring a white man in that time and then they finna air you out like that.
Well, y'all know that the one thing that supersedes racism is capitalism. And this was about selling the league, trying to get people to actually come to the games.
I didn't know to come to more games after he got no 100 points. It was the same niggas coming to the same games.
No.
400 people.
4,000 people there. They was like, bro,
that's because they were playing at Hershey, allegedly.
Hey, listen.
You know they was
we still talking about this, 50, 60, 59 years later, we're still talking about this game.
He had a night.
So you think that somebody in 1962 was like, oh my God, Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points in the game. I'm going to go see him because he cold.
If they were racist, no. They don't care.
Hey, they was letting them niggas off that night. He was all types of niggas that night.
You really let him?
Exactly, bro. They're not finna broadcast this man's feats around the world and shit.
Nah, man.
If that didn't happen, they had to. They're like, you see this nigga?
This nigga.
I'm with Tim. Like, he had to score 100. I don't care if it was He had to. There's no way
that took his picture and everything.
Gritted with 100.
Did that man have a season where he averaged like 50 points a game?
Ain't no way in hell. Tell the world
that season.
Like, I mean, he was playing against plumbers and whatnot, but
definitely ahead of his time athletically.
But I mean, he had 100. He had 100. Someone in the comments said Tampa Bay cheated. They just wanted to throw that out there. Just like
Hey,
no.
hey,
Who they cheat?
Kansas City, I'm assuming.
Who they
Because
cheat?
Their handle is KC fan.
Hey, I said it. I said it once. I say it again. It's a damn shame a grown man can't score a touchdown. Can't even cross the damn end zone.
That sounds like somebody bitter as hell. Tay cheated.
Just a little upset.
Who cheated you out of that one? Y'all was at the goal line.
You cheated yourself, bro.
They cheated themselves. Yeah. I'm sorry, but y'all did. Y'all did. Y'all ain't scored not a touchdown.
Black History, but y'all let the white man come in. Just tear you apart. Tampa Tom.
Tossing trophies, pissing off white ladies randomly.
Exactly. Throwing trophies. He didn't give a fuck.
I had a month, man. I was living.
Tom Brady living his best life.
Man, all through Black History Month. That's crazy.
That's funny as hell.
All right. The Eric just make a sign of
what is that?
Oh, those titties? What is that supposed to be? What are you holding up?
See the one and just zeros, but
I was like, they're wallet tonight.
No man,
he's throwing titties and shit.
Hey, I like that though. Take a picture of that.
That's Eric just scored 100 points tonight, everybody.
Right, exactly.
Hey, when we have our 200th episode, we need to hold up. We have to have some 200s and hold them up in the camera. Like, yeah.
We can do that.
But no,
I swear let's get it.
I thought it was because he had his background on. Like, if y'all didn't see if y'all not watching the YouTube video, he had his background on, and all we saw was
mountains. Round mounds.
The round mounds of rebounds out here.
Hey, round mounds and rebounds. For sure.
Let's get into the topics of the week. We got a few things to get through, so let's talk through them. JJ Watt, he ain't signed with none of the teams that we thought that was on the table for him.
Came out of nowhere.
Not Cleveland, not Buffalo, not Green Bay, not Pittsburgh,
not Indiana,
Arizona,
Indianapolis. My bad.
He posted a photo of himself wearing the Cardinals gear and said, "Source me." It's happening with the Cardinals.
He been having fun with the social medias.
I feel like some of it's fun and some of it's also like, y'all are really irritating me right now. People made a whole fake Peloton account for him and listed his teams. They had Phil Yates out here retweeting. I'm thinking information is legit. But Phil Yates don't be out here getting fooled. I was wrong. He was fooled. JJ Watt said, I ain't even got a bike, so I don't know what y'all. I don't know.
I think that announcement was him saying, okay, I'm tired of this shit, bro.
Yeah, like, let's get this over with.
We done with this. I already know. Okay, here we go.
We're done. A 2-year, $31 million deal with 23 million of that guaranteed is what the Cardinals gave him. So how do y'all like his fit in Arizona?
It's gonna be a good fit for him. Like Kyler got some help on the opposite side of the ball now because you got Chandler Jones over there, you got Budda Baker over there, you got Isaiah Simmons over there, and now you add JJ Watt. They could find some help on the defensive side, like an edge rusher, another corner maybe. And their defense is likely to be legit. Like, yeah.
I mean, outside of what the leading sack leader from I think like 2012 is Chandler Jones. Like it will be a duo. He said he wanted someone across from him who he could battle with. He got that on the other side of him. Plus, the defensive coordinator too, because he was from the Texans, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, all the stars of Houston going to Arizona. They got Chris Paul. Duck.
Yeah,
DeAndre Hopkins.
Deshaun Watson looking like that Squidward meme where he inside and they outside with their hands up, like partying, like we great. Get out of here.
Plus, everybody go to Arizona when they retire, anyways. Especially Wisconsin.
They do. They do. The Brewers are in Arizona like right now, spring training. Like it makes sense. I mean, the Cardinals they will be a contender. I am not sure if I would put them over other AFC teams at the moment, but they NFC. Can make some noise. Oh, NFC, yeah. But
and I mean, like, they paid his ass. So
yeah.
I think that was supposed to worth it.
He got more money from Indianapolis, they said, though.
Yeah.
And he would have been over there with DeForest Buckner and that defense.
Yeah, Casey Fan actually said, I like the move, but it's not a championship move, which I actually agree with. I don't think that this really alters what the Cardinals
they make them a little
their
better.
ceiling is. Like, they are what they are still to me. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think this catapults them to be the heavy favorite to win the Super Bowl.
No.
It sucks for us, though.
But to be fair, like, anywhere that he went, would it have been in like that's the move to put him over the top?
Yeah. I mean, he would have fit better in Green Bay. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that'd have been run defense and that'd have been pass rush.
Kansas City even. Like there are certain teams that were already like
on the cusp.
They were close.
So I'm saying the Colts would have been a great fit for him. Absolutely fantastic, because they still got Justin Houston over there too.
Shoot, I talked myself into Cleveland.
Like man, he has some better fits, but I mean, again, plus there have been stars that's gone to Arizona and rejuvenated their careers. You play Edgerrin James before he left, he had a nice run. He had Kurt Warner before he left, he had a nice run. He had Emmitt Smith went over there, he had a nice run before he bounced.
Did he?
He was decent over there. He was decent in Arizona. He wasn't Emmitt Smith of early.
I mean, that was like 25 years ago. That's a stretch.
Right, but I mean, at the same time, they're not going there and they're not trash. They're not suck. They are finishing their careers as still pretty decent players in Arizona.
I said Emmitt Smith.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that went there that didn't finish out strong, but like we don't think about that.
I mean, but those are examples of higher caliber players of like a JJ Watt name. Like Kurt Warner was huge when he was in St. Louis. Edgerrin James was huge when he was with the Colts. Like those are huge names at the time.
I hear you. Well, we'll see how it work out for him. Arizona Cardinals. I was shocked when I saw the price tag. I was like, one, get your money, JJ Watt. I ain't mad at you. I'm glad you got paid, but I'm also glad that it was not my team that paid you that contract. That's a lot of money for JJ Watt in 2021.
Like I said, that man, let's go. Anything more than that, I'm good.
Seattle better go ahead and find Russell Lyon before he now you got JJ Watt and Chandler Jones chasing him. One squad. Aaron Donald's still there. And then you got Eric Armstead and Nick Bosa. Like
it's rough.
They better find a line.
It's rough. But speaking of Russ.
Protecting Chicago.
Speaking of, let's just get there. Apparently, we've all heard the news around Russ, the scuttlebutt that he's not happy. He wants some changes made. He wants to do this. He wants to do that. But apparently, he has not officially demanded a trade at this point. He told the Seahawks, "Look, I do want to play for y'all. Like I do, but I want y'all to hear me out. And pretty much, if you ain't gonna hear me out, then I got a list of teams." 4 teams that Russ said he would go to: Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints, Las Vegas Raiders, Chicago Bears.
Indeed, yes.
Now, I've also heard some other teams thrown in there, like Miami and New York. I'm not sure where those came from, but
Miami and New York. Exactly where I came from.
The first thing I'm going to ask you is, do you think that Russ is the Seattle Seahawks starting quarterback when this next NFL season kicks off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think he's getting traded.
Mm-mm.
But if he was to get traded, which of those 4 teams do you think is the best fit? Ken, go ahead and give your Bears. Go ahead, give your Bears spiel. Go ahead.
Are we even asking this question? What you mean? Of course, it's the Chicago Bears. First of all, I would lose my shit if we were able to get Russell Wilson. First of all, Russell Wilson is my favorite quarterback. But you all know I
was gonna say, Ken, you might legally change your name to Russell Wilson is cold.
Damn here. Yo, man, I'm man.
The whole thing.
Every throw he make, I'm like, dog, Russell Wilson cold, bro. Like, I want to, man, I'll lose my shit. But I mean, right now, like last year, we watched him literally run for his entire life. The whole fucking season he was running.
When he do it in Chicago?
No, our line is decent. We just had a lot of injuries on our line this
year. Y'all line is
Their line ain't bad.
Our line is not bad.
It ain't Seattle bad. It ain't Seattle bad.
Our line is decent.
Ain't that far off.
we got a run game, bro. Like, come on, Chicago's a great city. we'll make sure you good, man. So, you know, if they don't take care of you over there, might as well come to Chicago, man. We'll take good care of you.
I mean, I don't know how likely it is for y'all to, like, of the other teams that he listed. I'm not sure how likely y'all would be to get it. Y'all ain't got that high of a draft pick this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little pipe dream, but it's something there.
I mean, he black quarterback. He ain't going over there.
But I mean, he named Chicago.
Yeah.
So if y'all GM,
I mean,
ain't
we
over
in his
there,
radar. He at least thinking about us, you know.
Right. It ain't like Chicago said, pick us. Like Russ said, Chicago. So it's something to consider.
Indeed.
I don't think that Chicago is the least likely team. Now, I think that is Dallas. I don't see him going to, like, that don't even make sense to me. Like they would probably just re-sign Dak. But I just don't see it. Everything I've seen says like the Cowboys, they want Dak still. He's been doing well with his recovery. I don't see
he would
Russ
be a monster
in Dallas.
though. He would be a monster. That receiving core, and then you got Elliott over there. Like Russ with them 3 receivers would be ridiculous. Dallas would work on getting that line back just for Russ. If they got Russ, they would definitely try to get that line back together. Because it ain't the same old Dallas Cowboys line that we were used to dominating all the time. But they had a lot of injuries and retirements, so they need to get that back. But the offensive weapons they have with Russ would be wild.
I mean, they still get Mike McCarthy, so.
Don't forget that part.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Have all the weapons in the world, man. Best quarterback in
single back dive
league history.
So playing that plays, no motion.
If you was upset with Pete Carroll, good luck.
Now, speaking of coaches, you got the Raiders.
Gruden and Russ.
So Slim Mike McCarthy.
But at least the Raiders could send back Derek Carr. Like that's the best quarterback option you're gonna get from the 4 teams that he listed.
And they got one of the best offensive lines in the league too.
Dak ain't an option for real. Dak don't count.
I mean, if Dallas can swoop in and get Russell Wilson, I'm pretty sure, you know, they would then be moving on from Dak. And it's like, hey, if you can do the sign and trade or however this work, I don't know if that's legal in the NFL, but
things change. But everything I saw said they want Dak. Like that's what I saw. Like they want Dak. I could see if like
until
the contract,
Russell Wilson.
But I'm saying like if the contract negotiation. So wait, so y'all all agree that you would rather have Russ over Dak?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. As a player, yes, I would prefer Russ over. Still to this day, right now, if you ask today, yes, I would take Russ.
And if I was Seattle and I'm looking at, okay, what am I going to get back for Russ? Like Dak would be the best option as a return.
You banking on Dak coming back healthy?
It's still better than Derek Carr or Mitchell Trubisky. Like I don't know, like
he ain't even an option. He ain't even signed.
Right, like he ain't signed. I'm just saying, like what you know. If you're going to go the Jared Goff route where you need just like somebody to replace the quarterback that you trade now.
You know, I guess it depends on what Dallas will want in that situation because Dak is younger. You'd be able to have him a little bit longer. He's a great quarterback. Like I don't think that the step from Dak to Russ is that great where you're like, it changes the whole fortune of my franchise. Like they're comparable enough to me and Dak is younger that I personally would rather have Dak in Dallas, but that's just me. But again, if you're sitting here saying we want a championship this year right now, then Russ makes some sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw it back on you, Camille. So you say for 2021 season, you're on Russ. For 21, 22, and 23,
you prefer Dak?
I'd rather have Dak.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's not as again, these are 2 great quarterbacks. It's not a knock on Russ or anything like that. It's just I'm generally going to go with the younger guy.
Even though the younger guy is coming off a major injury.
Yeah, because Russ is 32, 33, somewhere in there.
Somewhere around there.
And he's also is he that old? 30?
Yeah,
I know he's north of 30, but
32. He is 32. He turns 33 this season. And Dak is 27. So that's a 6-year gap right there. And yeah, Dak had that terrible injury, but again, I'm gonna trust in the technology in medicine and science that he's gonna be okay. Based on what I've seen. Everything is saying he's healing fine. He should be good to go.
Wait, how you gonna give Russ an extra year and then not give Dak the extra year? Because Dak's birthday before Russ's.
Oh, is it? What's his birthday?
It's a 5-year difference.
Oh, okay. 5 years then.
And I mean, like quarterbacks are playing into their 40s now, so it's not like
they are
on a downslope.
But there's no telling when a quarterback's decline is going to come. You can't guarantee that everybody's going to play into their 40, and everyone who starts playing as they get older does not look the same. Like everybody ain't doing what Tom Brady doing. Like we saw how Breeze went out. We saw how Rivers went out.
That was Breeze like this year and maybe a little bit last year.
We even saw
he played into his 40. He played good until 38, 39. So
we seen Peyton in his duck arm. I'm
still won him a title. You know what I mean? Like so.
Hey, he was serviceable enough for that defense to do their job, but that ain't what would be the case in Dallas. Like they got they're gonna put up some points. Like their defense, they got some pieces on their defense for sure. They have terrible injury luck in Dallas. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but
their defense
again,
help.
Jerry Jones saw the stove.
They ain't got no corners. They ain't got no DBs.
Bill comes due.
I just don't know about that one, but yeah, Raiders and the Saints. Honestly, if you want championship, the Saints is the one. That's the one. That's the one you go to.
Ooh, he got a receiving back in Alvin Kamara, but he's just a flat out cold ass running back. Then you got the best wide receiver, or allegedly.
Did we talk about that one here about Tom Brady saying like he would have went to New Orleans if Drew retired last year? Did y'all see that? Okay. Well, it came across my timeline over the last week. Yeah, so it's like, damn, that would have been salt in the wound if I was a Saints fan. Like, damn, we had to sit through another year of Drew Brees, and we could have had Tom Brady.
We could have had a chip.
And they got an offensive line in New Orleans, so.
Ooh, and that probably means you would have brought in Grant because he could be a package deal. AB probably would have came too. Like
I said, they got one of the best offensive lines, so he still would have had all day.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. As we said, none of us really think that he is going to get traded, but it's something to monitor. Every other team in NFL is certainly sitting here like we can stir this pot up a little bit more if you want us to, because we want our shot.
Well, shit. Now that I think about it, like, shouldn't New Orleans be the prime candidate to try to get in on like Deshaun Watson? Like, I know they don't have like but like if you want to, go the NBA route where you just like throw in all your first round picks for the next couple of years, like that should be enough to at least, tempt the pot.
Yeah. And they have some cap problems too. They would have to throw in a player probably in addition, like a good one, a pretty good player. So what if they had to give up Michael Thomas?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm thinking of it like if it's feasible for them to get in on Russell Wilson, like it should be feasible for them to get in on like cap wise, like they should be able to make it work, right?
Well, I mean, we should say they didn't put their bid in. That was Russ just saying.
Right. I guess if we're discussing them as a possible Russell Wilson destination, then you would think that there's at least
they're doing their research
to get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, typically they don't too often throw in multiple players being exchanged in trade deals in the NFL. Well, it's usually mostly picks.
Right. But I mean, like, for cap reasons, Camille's saying, like, they would have to throw in a player just to
that's what I'm saying.
Lessen how much salary.
When I was reading about the possibility of them getting Russ, it was talking about they would probably have to throw in, like, Thomas or Kamara or Lattimore or someone else in addition to the draft picks to absorb Wilson's cap hit, because he's getting paid. He's getting paid real quarterback dollars. So, I mean, it just depends on what you want. We'll see what happens.
They wouldn't give up none of that for Russ. If I was the GM, I wouldn't give up none of that for Russ. Because, I mean,
after the year Michael Thomas just had?
Right, I would say, with anybody, Michael Thomas, I'd be like, look.
Like, we made it to NFC Championship game or second round of playoffs with a 0 from Michael Thomas all year. Like, he's expendable.
He really didn't play most of the year, too.
That's what I'm saying. He was a 0 all year. Like, they didn't get shit from him the entire season.
So they saw what life could be like without him.
Exactly.
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The Nets, they announced that Kevin Durant, who was named starter and team captain, is going to be out through the All-Star break with a strained hamstring. That being said, they needed an injury replacement for Durant on the team. And the commish chose Domantas Sabonis. Just really Sabonis over Middleton, fam. Like, I get it. You're trying to make sure the Pacers got somebody in the playoff race. But honestly, everybody's in the playoff race in the East outside of like the Pistons. So, I mean, whatever. Because Durant will not be playing, Jason Tatum will move into that starting spot because he was the highest ranking forward amongst the reserves. So
I think if he ain't playing, he shouldn't be the captain anymore. So he shouldn't get to pick the team. But that's just me.
why do you feel that way?
Because if you name replacements for all that other shit, like why is he still captain? Why is it still Team Durant if Team Durant ain't playing?
Because he still earned the honor. That's how I feel about like he earned the
honor of being an all-star too. Like,
but he hurt. He can't change that part. Like if he wasn't hurt, he'd be there. But he is, so he can't. Like I don't think you don't strip away his frills and his giggle. Yeah.
His
like
accomplishment. Like that's just the way they keep him involved in the game.
Eric got no love for Brooklyn. No love for Brooklyn.
Take all that shit.
Yeah, also fuck Brooklyn. But no, like Captain Giannis should be a thing.
Giannis had his
actually he's trash at picking teams, so never mind.
Yeah, but I mean,
plus they passed over Giannis and like the media not really fucking with Giannis no more.
They gonna have to be if he keep playing the way he is. He gonna make them talk about him.
Dog, like monster. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I had this is gonna be an on-air revelation, I guess. Revelation, whatever. But I was like, we talk about the Bucks and shit like that, and then we try to give LA some shine a little bit because Ken and Dooch, but fucking media don't give Milwaukee no motherfucking love, so we gonna get our shit off from here on out. I'm saying. I'm fucking tired of this shit. We be busting niggas' ass. We sitting there, go on there, and I'm listening to Shannon Sharp and motherfucking Skip, and them motherfuckers talking more about how Paul George them ass than the ass that got whooped by Milwaukee. We whooped their ass. We bust their ass in that damn game. It was a good ass game. It's a good ass game. You know what they did? All they did was talk about LA. All they did was talk about LA. We're on the 5-game winning streak. All they did was talk about who lost. Not who beat them, but who lost. So that's why on this shit here, we get our motherfucking shit off. Because don't nobody talk about us, we gonna talk about us. I'm sick of this shit.
Hey, they brought that up to Giannis too. He said, "Ain't it funny when we was on a 5-game losing streak? We couldn't get. Everybody was talking about
shut the fuck up.
We win 5, and no one cares.
I just don't see Milwaukee having it this year. They got to find some other way to figure things out in Milwaukee during the 5-game L. But what about 10 of the last 15?
Hey, honestly, like I used to feel that way, like on our rise, like nobody talked about us at all. Then they started talking about us, and I realized these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. So I would prefer that they just, let them sleep. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't want to hear Charles Barkley try to talk about, the intricacies of the Bucks defense when he watches like half of a game when they happen to play on TNT. Like, I'll pass. I'm good.
In the back watching college basketball.
And most of it like it's usually negative when they talk about us on national TV. Anyways, on some goofy shit, you'd be like, right. What are you talking about?
I don't want to hear Shannon Sharp pontificate on the Bucks motion offense. Like, I don't need it. Like, it's all surface level conversation, and because it's the Bucks and they just have this preconceived notion, like it's gonna be negative. So I'd much rather listen to educated people talk about things that they actually watch and pay attention to, as opposed to, popular names on national television pulling shit out of their ass. Like Chris Webber has called at least 6 games of the Bucks this year and still thinks that the Nationals is younger than Giannis. Like
Marv too.
Research. Like it was painful trying to hear Marv Albert run down Giannis's brothers. Like he had no idea what he was talking about.
He called Sam Merrill DJ Wilson.
Yep.
How?
I don't know.
Look like Sam Smith. like what? How?
He caught the 5 and the 15 and looked at his rosters like, oh, this must be DJ Wilson.
I look.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need the attention because it's always going to be like uninformed. So,
and I mean, honestly, to be fair as well, like the Bucks crapped the bed in the last 2 playoff series. So we've already seen regular season only mean so much. So I also understand why they're not talking about the Bucks like that. It does not bother me in the least bit. I just listen to the smart basketball heads, the people who are breaking down film and really watching basketball. Like I have a whole NBA beat list on my Twitter where I keep up with like what are they saying about these teams, because as Eric pointed out, they actually watch and pay attention. But the NBA released its schedule for the second half of the regular season. They did that on The Jump on ESPN. And the NBA is ambitious. They said that they want all 30 teams to play 72 games, regardless of what's happening with this pandemic stuff going on. So the way that they tried to set it up initially was that each team would play 37 or 38 games across the first half of the season. But as we know, lots of games have been canceled. So there is going to be no such equity in the second half of the schedule because they want you to play your games regardless of such. So it makes sense. Like the first night back, you got the Wizards, the Grizzlies playing each other, and then you got the Spurs and the Mavericks. And all of those teams have been impacted by COVID. Right now, you got the Raptors going through their thing where they don't have like half their coaching staff and half their team, but they still playing. They will probably have to make up some games too. I'm not exactly sure when they're going to throw that in there, but
y'all go get these games in.
We'll see. They're originally scheduled to play 36 games in 67, but they might have to. It's going to be a couple extra for them too. And one thing that is cool about the second half of the schedule is that every team is scheduled to play on the last day of the season, which does not happen that often. So we're going to have 15 games, COVID willing.
That's interesting.
On May 16th. So,
well, it's shit. The way this season is going, it's going to come down to that damn last day for most of these teams. Everybody within the damn game of each other. You trip and fall, you down from 4th to 9th. Like, damn.
Yeah. And you got the playing stuff too.
Yeah. Like, you may need that last day. They try to turn this into the MLB and shit.
Breaking All-Star news, the three-point contest participants are Steph Curry, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Zach LaVine, and Jason Tatum.
Okay.
I saw that Dame was like, no, thank you. I don't blame him because I'm trying to rest.
Rest reason, yeah, you know.
The slam dunk contest participants are Anthony Simons, Cassius Stanley, and Obi Toppin. So they only got 3.
Damn.
Ooh, and they all young dudes who casual fans do not know.
Nope. Yeah.
Well, it's halftime.
2 and Anthony Simons.
I mean, they gotta cut the show a little short, like you said. It's halftime. Like
y'all got 1 round, bro. Let's see it.
6 hours.
You got 1 chance.
Like looking at this, I would flip flop it. Like I would make the dunk contest in the pre-show, and I make the 3-point contest the halftime show because you actually have stars in the 3-point contest.
They do, but they can't do that because a lot of those dudes are playing in the game. So that's an unfair race. Like I mentioned before, like you get tired.
In the game.
Yeah, like you get tired. You get tired shooting all them threes. You don't need a chance to rest before you have to go out there and play again. So that's why they got the young dudes at halftime. Like y'all go on head out there while we chill.
They couldn't have did this shit on Friday, huh?
And no, because they're trying to cut down the amount of time that they have all these people together. And the skills contest is Luka, Chris Paul, Vucevic, Sabonis, Julius Randle, and Robert Covington. So
all stars outside of Covington.
Yeah, but he's a HBCU alum, so they tried to get him in because of the charity tie-in.
I got you. At first, I was like Atlanta, and I was like, oh no. Okay, I got you for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be watching.
They have a captive audience.
So it is heading into All-Star break. We normally do some check-ins on the standings and just our teams in general quarterly throughout the season. So halfway point pretty much. I'm going to ask you first. Ken, how you feeling about your Lakers? Y'all caught some of that heat that Milwaukee caught when we had our little losing streak. They were sitting here. They were sitting here calling LeBron all kinds of stuff.
But at least like people mentioned the fact that Anthony Davis ain't playing. Like it's like they saw a 5-game losing streak and nobody mentioned Jrue Holiday was out for
at all.
Like
none.
I get it, no excuses, but it's like, okay, but that's context. Like that it kind of explains like why people might be struggling.
I feel like they gave the Lakers a little bit more credit because they were also without Schroeder too. So it was like not only were they missing one, like they were missing They're 2 and they're 3.
Yeah.
Top
And that
players,
proves
so.
my point of how important picking him up this offseason was. Like, for real.
It was.
He make our offense move. I'm happy. I'm still confident that we're gonna run it back. AD being out, like, it hurts, but like I do not need him or want him to rush back because we gotta, we still gotta do this playoff rush. So like legit, let him rest. We go be able to pick up the slack. We still got LeBron. LeBron playing like he not aging. So Father Time ain't catching up to him. So we gotta, we just gotta keep winning while we can.
He be looking tired though.
Yeah, he do be winning. He be gassed. my man's be gassed, but Kuzma's been stepping it up too lately. Shout out to him. He still a little too trigger happy. I don't know why he feel like he got the green light like that, but
you see Jordan Clarkson, you like, bro, I want that.
Yeah.
On
the defensive end, Kuzma really has been stepping it up. So shout out to him. The dude that we picked up for the 10-day contract, he's been panning out really well. I can't think of his name at the top of my head right now.
I didn't even realize y'all had a 10-day on y'all.
Yeah, we just picked him up. Defensive wise, like he been doing his job.
Is he a center?
He a forward.
You talking about the Damian Jones cat?
Yeah.
Oh, Damian Jones.
Forward and center.
Former Warriors first round pick, Damian Jones.
Yeah. So he been doing this thing, and I'm happy, man. I'm happy with the squad.
Is THT still a thing in LA? Like, is he still like? Are y'all still crazy about him, or was that just a flash in the pan? Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean he's still serviceable, but he ain't.
He ain't what y'all thought he.
LeBron, like they were hyping him up to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like
he this man
he had his shit off at the beginning. He was, he do his thing, but yeah.
How was just a real quick? How has Wesley Matthews been in LA?
He's been consistent, like especially for us, like needing shooters. So he's been stepping it up. Defensive wise, he ain't there to do that. He plays like it.
That's crazy. That's what he's supposed to be there for.
He hasn't been really good.
My man's is averaging 4.5 points a game.
When he in the game, so I mean, he just hit key threes when we need him, but
once a game,
though, what is that? Hey,
one key highlighted game.
I don't understand it.
Damn, what happened?
But Kuzma been stepping. That's why that Kuzma been doing it. He been getting us that, our second and third scoring. So
he barely getting more minutes than the Gasol.
Yikes.
But something that you mentioned earlier about Jordan Clarkson and Kuzma, like the baby Lakers are actually like, now that they've been dispersed amongst the league, like they're actually all playing really well. Like Jordan Clarkson is probably gonna be 6th man of the year. Kuzma is playing well. Lonzo is shooting the hell out of the ball, at least against the Bucks.
Period.
He been balling.
Julius Randle is a all-star. D'Angelo Russell is a former all-star. Larry Nance is actually playing well in Cleveland. Like they actually did a really good job of drafting. They just had a shitty coach. They couldn't do anything with him.
Couldn't do nothing.
Because look at the one person that's not doing well off of the Lakers, and it's Luke Walton. Like,
shit. And you've got Brandon Ingram.
They gave him some. He had a long leash.
Man, Luke Walton might not. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
He trash. Yo.
I would be surprised if he's the coach the first game out of All-Star. Like, they are rolling the fuck over on him right now.
So real quick, even though I know you got a chip with the Zion trade, or the AD trade, whatever you want to look at it as.
They got AD.
Right, but imagine you still would have Zion, you would have Ingram, you would have.
How do you figure they would have Zion?
Would have who?
Oh wait, no, never mind. They traded.
They
traded that big. I'm sorry. I'm tripping.
We got AD, so we good, B.
Right.
At the end of the day,
I'm thinking about what,
regardless of whatever happens, like, we got AD. We're fine.
They got what they wanted.
Exactly. That's what we wanted. That's what we needed. So we're good. Gasol slow as a bitch, yo. I was like, man, this dude here, bro. We might as well got his brother too. There, if we was gonna do some shit like that.
That's why ain't that why he couldn't play here?
Who?
Yeah.
Paul?
Who?
Paul Gasol.
Talking about Paul?
Like his brother had the same issue.
Paul was hurt when he was in Milwaukee.
I'm pretty sure he only seen him for like 10 seconds.
Like Marc Gasol can still give you like a couple quality minutes, like against a specific opponent, but
in the playoffs, it's gonna pan out good. But right now, it's just
they ain't get him for the regular season.
Yeah, exactly. We got him for playoffs, so I'm fine with it. But he's slow as shit.
Yeah, as a Bucks fan, we watch Brook Lopez. We understand what a slow big look like. So I feel your pain on that one.
The legs. Then he goes, he want a ball. Fuck it.
That's he also flourished once he left the Lakers. So
fuck him.
It's Walton.
That's Luke Walton's fault.
Yeah.
Fuck him too.
But on the topic of Brook, I'm cool with where the Bucks are. I mentioned before the season started that I felt as if this team was going to have a lot of learning curves. Like it was going to be some bumps in the road. I did not expect this regular season to play out as the past two have, where they kind of run through, given the fact that they had such a high turnover with players who actually contributed minutes. Like I know we only lost Wes out of our starters, but it's like and Bled, but it's also like we lost George Hill, who played a lot of minutes for the Bucks. And honestly, if we had George Hill on our team instead of DJ Augustine, I would be like, we finals guaranteed with it. But since we don't, I'm not gonna say all that. But I will say I like what they're building. I like how comfortable Giannis is starting to look in the system now. Like he admitted at the beginning of the season, like I'm still figuring my spacing out. I'm not used to having somebody in that dunker spot. Like you kind of in my way a little bit. So I need to figure out how I'm supposed to navigate all this. Drew Holiday has been a great pickup. He's been what I thought he would be. So I'm hoping that after his bout with COVID, he's healing up well. He's okay. I've heard some players saying like they have some stamina problems or they just don't necessarily feel right. I mean, I look at what's the Curry, Seth. Mm-hmm. And Philly, and he was like, I think Doc said since he came back from COVID, like like he's not consistent. Like it's one night he's gonna look like himself, and then you'll get nothing, and then the next night it's hard to tell. So
Tatum said that he still doesn't have his win fully back, and that was months ago. So
like it's real, but I'm happy with where the Bucks are at this moment. Brooklyn's looking great. For sure. But I like our chances against Brooklyn in the 7-game series. I know that might sound crazy to some people outside, but I do. I think we match up well with Brooklyn. And we can score. The Bucks are doing something a little bit different. Like they're scoring well in the half court, which is something that wasn't necessarily a strength of theirs before. I like that. I like how Chris has been looking. Dante is seeming to gain some more confidence. That might be the best trade that never happened with Dante. So me personally, I'm cool with the Bucks and where they at right now. I'm cool with nobody really talking about us. I'm cool with them switching up the scheme a little bit, trying different things on defense. They'll throw out 5 different looks in one game, and I'm like, oh, was that a zone? Mm-hmm. Oh, you switching? Oh, back to the drop scheme. Okay, I see y'all out here, but it's been fine. It's been fine. I've been watching the games differently, as I mentioned, the past 2 regular seasons. Did not lead to the playoff performance I was looking for. So I've been watching the games a little bit more, trying to see what looks transferable to the playoffs. And I think that this Bucks team has a lot more that will work when the game slows down than past year's teams.
I definitely agree with you on that. The fun part about watching this team this year has been the little tweaks and changes in the sets that's been inserted, and how you at the beginning of the year, you be like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? Because they're running the same set. Like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? Like, Giannis and Brandon is one of mine that I like, is when they have the little screen at the free throw line. Like, we seen games where they would just keep running and everybody like, what the fuck are they doing? Now it's kind of like, okay, if he needs to get to that spot randomly, it's muscle memory. Like, it's slowly coming together and slowly looking like everything, because we can switch so many sets and throw so many things at us, that's been my fun with watching this team grow. So I feel more confident about this team, like you said, in the playoffs this year than I had last year, honestly. Well, shit, actually last year I thought we was gonna win this shit. I mean, I say that.
I thought we were gonna win the last 2 years.
I'm more confident than I was at the beginning of this year with this squad. So I always liked our team, but the more I'm seeing with them and the more growth they're doing, and the more, like, hell, Giannis had like 8 free throws the other night when he had 38 against the Clippers.
Oh, his free throw percentages has been great.
Right, but he's not even like it's not like he's getting 12 to 15 to 17 free throws and getting 30-something points. He's scoring from 3 points.
No, he's had a couple games where he had like 19, 18 free throw. Like he's had some big free throw games.
Well, in the instance that I'm using for the Clippers game, he didn't have a ton of them, but he was still hitting threes and he was scoring from all over the place, from different sets, from different looks. So that's been a good thing that I've been watching with the Bucks as well. I love Chris Middleton's game. Absolutely fucking love Chris Middleton's game though. But yeah, I like the squad. Drew Holiday is probably. I like when he gets with a smaller guard. Like he immediately put him in the post. Like, all right, come on, little dog. Let me get him out of here real quick. Throw that down here. And it's just fun to watch. They're a nice squad. I like them.
And shout out to Brent Forbes before Eric. I just wanted to say that too.
That motherfucker's
a shooter.
Shooter. Sharp shooter.
To your point, and Giannis has kind of let it slip a little bit if you read between the lines of his comments, but they're looking at these games as practice. Like they don't get much practice time. They're integrating a bunch of new players. So I think winning games is important, but it's kind of secondary to building a foundation and getting your shit right so that you can be ready for the playoffs. So when it looks like they're just like switching indiscriminately and they don't know what they're doing, like don't freak out because they're learning how to do it. You know what I mean? Like the only way you get better at doing something is by practicing it, and seeing that you can't practice it in practice, you got to practice it in games, and there's going to be hiccups. So like I'm not concerned about like that type of stuff. The versatility on defense is great, but I also wish that they would kind of, implement that on offense as well. Like I think that, changing up the system and changing where you attack from is great, but if you're spending the entire year instilling like, okay, this is where we're attacking from now, like you still have all that shit on tape where teams can figure out like, okay, how are we going to set up to stop this in the playoffs? So like, I don't know how. The problem is like Bud doesn't run plays. Like he kind of just puts people in positions and kind of lets them play from there. So like maybe a little bit more structure on offense would be beneficial, but taking wins where you can get them. Like hopefully that comes later on. I mean, overall, like I'm happy with it. Like losing Drew for 3 weeks kind of exposed like how much depth they've lost, and that their margin for error is a little bit greater, especially since a lot of people that they brought in aren't good defenders. Like that's the thing. Just, like unless they're outscoring people, let's put it this way: if the bench is all shooting poorly, they're dead. Whereas years past, like their defense on the bench was so good, like even if they weren't knocking down shots, like they scored enough to keep them on track and keep them afloat until the starters got back in. But like it's like now where it's like if you don't have Giannis or Chris or Drew in the game at a time, like, and the people aren't just like shooting their asses off, like it's
rough.
Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, all in all, I'm fine with where they are. I was listening to the Low Post yesterday, and they were talking about aging superstars, and they brought up the fact that Blake Griffin's more than likely going to get bought out because nobody's trading for him, and they brought up Milwaukee as a destination. Now, because the Bucks have played the Pistons like a million times this year, like I've seen Blake, and he is not
right. That's why I'm like,
But at the same time, they brought up that that's because the Pistons are asking him to do things that he physically can't do anymore. And like maybe he'll be putting him in a different situation will allow him to play differently. That's a very politically correct way of saying like he'll probably try a little bit more once he gets into it.
He's just tired of being there.
He'll have people like that can cover for him that aren't like Isaiah Stewart and Jordan Bone or whoever is backing up in Detroit. So like from a basketball IQ standpoint and just giving them another creator, like I wouldn't mind it just because like we're giving minutes to Thanasis and
hey, Thanasis been a little smart.
He got all the energy.
Smart, but at the same time, like, do you want to see him in the second round of playoffs? Like,
now that's
the thing. Is he playoff time?
Hey, look, if I can get playoff Don, listen, from the Nasty's playoff the nasty, let me get that, man. Let me get that.
Playoff the nasty.
That's what Marcus Johnson be on the commentary. The nasty.
And it fits because his brother's a freak.
Oh my God.
I'm saying like the
nasty and the Greek freak.
The nasty and the Greek freak.
Hey, listen, they got something going there.
That's a porno series right there.
No, that's terrible. What they gonna cost us?
He ain't on our team right now. We ain't got worry about no nickname right now. He ain't worry about no nickname.
Taking it right to the hole.
Hey, yo!
Wow. The nasty Greek freak taking it right to the hole.
Right to the hole.
That's what caused up.
Oh, backdoor action.
Doris Burke was talking about how hard Giannis came on.
Bro, that was
she did. It's not just when you come, it's how hard you come. I was like, I get what you're saying, Doris.
I see you. I see you get a little excited, some Bucks.
But one last thing I want to say about the Bucks too is just minute allocation. Thinking about the minutes that Eric mentioned. One thing that drove me crazy in the playoff with the Bucks in the years past is that I felt like Bud did not run Giannis, Chris, and Bled as much as I wanted him to. Like, play your starters some real minutes now. Like, you rushed them in the regular season to keep them healthy for what? The playoffs, right? Now play them. Mm-hmm. So one thing I have liked is that they have increased their minutes. Like, Giannis almost played 40 minutes against the Clippers, and he looked tired at the end. But not as tired as he was looking at the beginning of the season when he was just starting to play.
Shoulders be like this when he be breathing and shit. He be like flying away. I'm like, damn, he tired of this motherfucker.
Like, to get that cardio up, they got to play some more minutes in the regular season. And you're seeing that. And if this is going to be a team that's leaning on those 3 stars to do it, like, I am happy that they're working on getting their conditioning right for them to be able to do that in the playoffs, and that they get used to having that minute load on their shoulders. So that's one thing I'm looking for. You got to, because outside, like the top 3 dogs on the Bucks, that's how you win.
They got the most minutes. Giannis got 34, Chris got 33, and Drew got 31.8, and then Brooke is number 4 with 27.
Yeah, and Brooke is going to be one of those guys, I think, in the playoffs that's situational. I'm hoping situational, like, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not mad about where the team is at right now. Slow Brooke. But yeah. Were there any other teams that y'all want to talk about real quick before we move into the fact that baseball is here? Any other teams surprising you?
Real quick.
Let's go.
Y'all know how much, me and Camille ourselves love our boy Ball. But I wasn't expecting the team to actually.
You love your boy Ball.
What? Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting them to be this good.
No. I mean, and it's funny because it's like Terry Rozier is actually like Scary Terry again, which did not expect. Gordon Hayward is playing
like how he used to
playing. Period.
Like, yeah. Like
if that's how he gonna be, like, good job.
I know y'all listen to Charlotte. Y'all out here.
And starter Melo has been different, and
yeah,
it's fun
he
watching.
More confident now, man. He just for real hooping. Like, he ain't like trying to overthink nothing. He's just out there just balling and just doing what he do, just making plays. Boy, it's cold.
He's talented. He is talent. Like, he has a gift. He has a gift. Like, the way he's able to see the floor and make some of the passes that he makes, like, he has a gift. And he's shooting over 35% from 3, which I wasn't sure if he'd be able to do because he was kind of inconsistent when he was in Australia. But he's
putting in that work.
He's looking like he's going to be something special. And I'm so happy to see it. Like, it is.
For real. I'm loving every minute of it.
It is so fun to watch him play. Like, as a starter, I need to find his starter bench splits. Like, but as a starter, he has been putting up some mad numbers.
I hear you. I'm just trying to see if I can find the splits for you. But yeah. No, they hooping. They didn't.
Oh yeah, right as a starter, he's averaging about 21 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's rookie of the year, B. He stay healthy, stay focused.
Shooting 43% from the 3 as a starter, 86% from the free throw line.
They mess around, make that push for the, in the playoff time too. Man.
They're gonna be. It's
Currently
funny.
they're
Oh, go ahead, Eric.
I was just saying, currently they're 8th, but to be fair,
so
like
that push,
4th place and 10th place is separated by a game and a half.
Yeah.
So,
And on top of that too, like you're just trying to finish top 10. Like you want a shot to be able to get into that play-in. Exactly. And Charlotte should be there with the Knicks, baby.
Fucking Knicks in 4th.
That's not gonna last too much longer. I don't think. They got some like they got some pieces for sure. Randall's hooping, but from what I've been seeing, they got some good luck as well in New York. Yep. They've had some great luck.
Yeah, their shooting luck is like super outlier. Like opponents shooting from 3, which isn't really affected by your defense all that much, is basically it's not propping up their defense. Like their defense is good by itself, but it's being propelled to like the 2nd best defense in the league based on shooting luck. Like wide open threes, I think teams are hitting like 20-something%, which to give you a comparison, the Lakers have the number 1 defense and their open 3-point defense is like 45%. So, you know what I mean? So there is some regression coming for the Knicks, and they have like the 3rd hardest schedule in the back half of the year. But I mean, like, I think that the Knicks should be happy with where they're at. Like, this year wasn't necessarily about like being 4th in the East. It was about like instilling a new culture and, setting yourself up for the future. So I think by that, like, regardless of how, what the wins and losses are by the end of the season, I think that this year is a win if they can keep on the current trajectory, just like culture-wise, and get people to play hard and build that foundation, basically, like the Nets did for the last 5 years, that led to them getting the free agents that they did.
Yeah,
because it's about like
things.
Exactly, it's about being competent. It's about being like a professional organization. It's about being a place that players want to come and play at. And like the bar for the Knicks is so low. Like if you just show me that like you won't be a fucking circus if I come there, like they can get so many players just off of being in the Knicks.
Yeah, it's still the Knicks.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, it's still the Garden. It still is what it is. But baseball.
So spring training back. I know a lot of people, or a lot of baseball fans, have been waiting for this to return. So happy days for all who have been waiting for baseball to be back. I haven't been able to catch a spring training game yet for the Brewers, but I've been seeing the results, and we've been smacking motherfuckers down there.
Yeah, I get the. I for the last few years, I've always had the Brewers score alerts hit my phone. So like after every run, I'm like, oh, I like to know how they're doing. I might not watch them all the time, but I want to know how they're doing.
So,
they lost today. They lost today.
I think that was today first. I feel like that was their first L for spring training, but I could be wrong.
Like their first game?
No, they
fight like 3 or 4.
Yeah, they've been because one of our pitchers is 3-0 already. Like they've been playing. But no, another thing, I know we was talking about Fernando Tatis contract last week. So some of the perks of his contract kind of came out. I figured it might be a little fun thing. So Fernando Tatis has full no trade provisions through 2028 as part of his $330 million 14-year contract. However, after that, he can block the ability to trade to 13 teams for the remainder of the deal. However, the 22-year-old has already 2 years of his major league service, so he would be required to get that right. He can get it after 2028. His contract calls for $10 million signing bonus payable within 30 days of the approval of the contract by the commissioner's office, and a $1 million salary this year. So he's only getting paid $1 million this year. He gets $5 million in 2022.
He's
$7 million.
My guy.
You said what?
Wait,
he's throwing a lot of numbers at me right now.
No, I'm telling you his contract. He's only getting paid $1 million this year. He's getting paid $5 million in 2022, $7 million in 2023, and $11 million in 2024. Those are the 3 seasons he would have been eligible for arbitration. Then he receives $20 million each year in 2025 and 2026. First 2 seasons after he will become eligible for free agency, $25 million apiece in 2027 and 2028, and then $36 million in each of the final 6 seasons. So they backloaded the shit out of that contract, but he also gets a hotel suite on all road trips and the right to purchase a premium luxury seat and 4 of the best available premium season tickets for all Padres home games. So I'm like, okay, that's nice. I ain't never sleeping nowhere. I ain't no dusty places, nothing.
So they gave him season tickets as well,
right?
Like,
the best season tickets.
And then you get the presidential suite.
And you get the presidential whenever we on the
out here.
Your teammates gonna be sitting there like, bro.
I mean, he's 22.
Is he married? Is he married? Is he single? Because if he's single,
yeah,
I don't know. Suite. Get the presidential suite.
Would be through there.
He gonna be having some. It's gonna be a different foe at every game.
Hey,
the Godfather gonna be outside the door.
Come aboard,
right? Premium seats too at every game too. Let me sit you right here behind the net, right behind.
Can I draw this train?
No, see, he might get caught up that way because then it's gonna be women who know where his seats is at, and they're gonna be looking. It might cause problems. He gonna have to play that like a P. He gonna have to be. He gonna have to be real smooth about that.
I don't think it matters.
Hey,
you in the press box.
You never know.
I actually sat behind like the wives and girlfriends section at a Bucks game. It wasn't that salacious, but there is like a specific section where like people know where to look. Like, okay, who got guests at the game today?
Or you just like, oh. Right, exactly. Who you here for today?
I remember back in the days though, before I got married, long time ago.
Long time
ago.
Hey, disclaimer.
Long time ago.
Pre-med days.
It was some guy I knew who I met, and he was cool with Epe Udo when he played for the Bucks. And he was like, my boy Epe gonna give you some tickets. You know, they're gonna be at Will Call where you can sit in the family section. And I had went after work to the Will Call, and I said my name and everything. We ain't got no tickets for you. And I was like, dang! Oh, dude, I'm ASAP. Like, how much you got me out here looking stupid talking about He was like, no, for real. I swear they there. I swear, call. Like, hold on, let me figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out. I swear I got you. Hold on.
Oh shit!
I had. They actually did appear. Like, they came later.
Okay.
But I had already went home. I was like, you fucked up. You had me out here looking crazy, fam.
Hey, you sit there a whole paragraph.
Cussing them out and shit. Got me out here looking crazy. How you sending me off? How you sending me off?
Outside of Will Call, sitting here like,
These people out here make me look like a bird. Like, damn.
Hey, they was like, nah.
Now she know. Now she know what no tickets here for her. Now she know what no ticket.
I was like, dang.
I know set her up like that. And then later on, oh damn, I guess she did have some tickets, huh?
Yeah, then I had I definitely had called your wife to my call. So I'm like, this nigga sent me out here.
And they ain't come in with the who?
Hey, that's like some Milwaukee shit, dude. Dude sending the chick off.
He didn't even live here. He didn't even live here. He just knew Epe. Like, I forget how I even met this. The past was wild. I don't know, fam. I don't know, man. But the past was wild. Had me out there looking stupid.
How you spell that? How you spell that?
It might be under my Twitter hand. It could be.
That was wild.
The WWE and the A&E have announced the premiere dates and full details of a 10-week original programming partnership that's going to start mid-April. They're going to be having a 2-hour episodes of their hit biography series focused on different wrestlers. So the 8 wrestlers who we'll hear from are Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
You do the fingers when you do the oh yeah with Macho Man. Rowdy Piper.
Okay.
Booker T.
Can you
the 5-time. I'm not gonna say it all 5 times. You know the deal. Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. You got Bret Hart. You got Mick Foley, and then you got the Ultimate Warrior. Each episode is going to air at 7 p.m. Central Time. And as I mentioned, it starts mid-April, Sunday, April 18th.
Mhm.
So of those wrestlers, which one of those are you looking most forward to? Because I love me a good documentary. And A&E does a good job with their biography series.
Definitely want to watch Stone Cold and Bret Hart because I just want to see the
screw job.
Depending on how deep they get with this, what happened after, like the mental and the backlash from the screw job and shit like that. Like I know we've talked about it and people have mentioned it, but like if they're gonna go in depth with it, like what happened with the Hart
This might
Foundation.
sound rude. But I don't really care about Bret Hart. I never.
He wasn't that cold to me. That's my hot take.
Me either. Like
Bret Hart was not that cold,
like,
bro.
I don't get it. Like
I swear I don't get it with Bret Hart. Dude was not that cold, bro.
From when I was a kid, this is not like a new. This isn't me like making this up now. Like as a kid, I was like,
always like, dude, he's not that cold.
I don't want to watch dude. Like,
I'm there with y'all too, but I get it. But
I don't know how much more I can learn about Bret Hart.
Yeah, fuck him.
But I'm curious for that.
Huh?
No, what?
Like, you know what this whole series is, right? Like, this is WWE saw the success of Dark Side of the Ring. They're like, we gotta get in on this.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we need something that we can control the narrative.
Yeah.
We need a check because we ain't getting no money off of Dark Side of the Ring.
Jericho out here spilling all the tea. What you want to know about the motherfuckers? I got it all. I know everything. I've been around all of them.
Dark Side of the Ring, that's what made me realize like wrestling is like the mafia. Like that, like like they got codes. If you break the code, you get punished. Like
it's a whole other world.
Which referee is it? The screw job referee. He still walks around with a pistol because he was like, I don't trust these people out here. Like they still mad about the screw job back in the 90s. Like
crazies.
He keeps up. He's a referee. He feels like he needs to keep a pistol on him.
What the fuck?
Like, tell him to break it up and count to 3. My guy, that's all. That's it. I raise a hand
because like they still like the old school people, like they still adhere to all that shit. But like people have been exposing the business for like the last 30 years, like consistently. Like you got a fucking sitcom on NBC talking about it's work and it's a shoot and you know this guy is over and blah blah blah. Like first of all, Young Rock is cold. Like I would recommend it. Like I'm enjoying it so far. But like then you have like people like Randy Orton and shit getting mad at Soulja Boy on Twitter for talking about wrestling fake. Like
that shit was wild.
He had to rewrite it though a few times because he had nigga in there. he had to rewrite it a few times. Like, oh shit, he for sure almost let it slide.
That's why he the dot at the end. You can fill in the blank if you want to.
I mean, but Randy got so. Here's my thing about
Randy looked at his phone like this nigga.
I always think it's funny though that a lot of people who don't really know wrestling always say that it's fake. For one, and two, kind of underestimate the actual wrestlers. Like in this wrestling culture now, especially the WWE, it's littered with MMA fighters, it's littered with boxers, it's littered with Olympic wrestlers, it's littered with a bunch of elite athletes, even if they don't even look like it. Hell, even back in the day, remember Rico with the big ass sideburns and shit? That motherfucker was SWAT. He used to be SWAT.
Was he really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Even if they look like you could whoop their ass, no. You can't. You can't. Not in real life.
How tall is Soulja Boy? He can't be taller than.
He probably
5'6". I hate defending Soulja Boy of all people, but like when people say wrestling is fake, like I don't think that they ever say like you know these people aren't really like doing the physical stunts and shit. Like I think it's just like, especially like comparing it to the rap game, it's like the beasts are manufactured. Like it's all a show.
Yeah.
Which it's semantics in that case because as a wrestler you take offense to that. Like I am putting my body through hell to entertain these people. Don't say it's fake. Like the outcome is predetermined.
Sure. I mean when they see botched moves, then yeah they be like, oh man, they really ain't taking this. Like that's when they looking at it like, oh they really ain't taking these hits or these bumps or whatever.
Like they're trying not to hurt somebody. They're trying not to hurt each other. But like if you have somebody put a figure 4 leg lock on you for real, you are going to be in pain.
Man, I'm tapping immediately. Shit.
Walls of Jericho.
The moment my legs cross in that figure 4, I'd be like, no.
Tapping like a motherfucker. God damn, bro.
Stop. Like the shark, like
y'all motherfuckers wrestled in the basement. Y'all know this shit hurt for real.
Man, that's why I know. I got rock bottom on a carpet and I was hurt. I can't imagine getting rock bottom on a wood ring. They ain't got no give. Like
I was gonna say who did that to you, but I already know. I ain't gonna
It was my cousin. It was my
I know
cousin.
this. I already know.
Yeah.
I got stunner for real, dog.
He'd put you through a table if you'd have let him.
He would have. He definitely would have. But I
Is it
want to
weird
point
that
out
I
the
want to
fact.
go through a table. Like I want to take a table spot.
Ken, you want to put Eric through a table?
Yeah, I'll gladly.
Hey, can we 3D that motherfucker?
Hey,
He
hell
ain't
yeah,
say
let's
all
go.
that.
3D. Hey, oh.
Well, I don't like the way that sentence sounds.
What 3? Oh,
Damn.
Well, let's move on. Last week, Kyrie Irving, he put up a picture of a modified NBA logo that had Kobe Bryant in it. And he said, gotta happen. I don't care what anyone says. Black Kings built the league. Vanessa Bryant, Kobe's widow, she was like, oh, I love this. And in the past, Jerry West himself has said, like, it's flattering being a logo, but I really don't like that attention. I don't call myself the logo. And if they want to change it, I'd be cool with that. I wish they would change it. And it should be pointed out the fact that the NBA has never officially acknowledged that is Jerry West as a logo. Jerry West receives no royalties, no compensation whatsoever. So if this was to happen where they do make Kobe the logo, we would all know that's Kobe as the logo. Yeah. It's gonna have to be some money that needs to be spent.
Yeah. She would love that idea. Those royalty checks.
Who you be set
forever?
Set. You a logo
forever?
That's the other thing. Like brand recognition at this point, like the NBA ain't changing that logo.
And I mean, it has to be brought up, which I know people don't like to bring up, but Kobe also has the rape allegations in his past. Yeah. And I'm not sure how that would fly from a branding perspective to have somebody with that in their past on the logo. Kobe
as the logo.
Yeah, we know what he means to the league. We know how he's made the change. He made changes later in his life to kind of be better. That's the way to put it. You know what I mean? But it's like it still happened. So they would still catch some heat for that if they were to make that move. Me personally, I don't really care about the logo. I don't care about logos like that. But if they actually got momentum for this to happen and they were able to get it done, like do it. Like I don't care. Like if we were gonna have a logo, sure, let it be a black man. Like I'm cool with that. Yeah. The question becomes like, is Kobe gonna be the black man they choose?
That's what arguments to start. Because you know everybody gonna say Jordan. Not everybody.
Jordan, not everybody. I got my own logo, nigga. I don't need y'all.
Right. No, Jordan gonna be like, let me get the checks. Like Jordan, I've been waiting on this.
Hey, you don't even got to think about it.
Get the contract drawn up.
I got it right here. He go to rough draft for this shit.
I got you, man. I got you.
Oh, Jordan logo already on NBA jersey.
Fact. It's already on the Bucks jersey. It's on them black jerseys. I was like, oh, you got Jordan.
Yeah, everybody's association, whatever like their third jersey is called, like that one. All of those have statement. All of those have the Jordan logo.
Jumpman already he already in the lead.
Yep.
Also, the Jordan brand is building up some nice young players for their roster. By the way, I just wanted to say
they need to do a better job of creating signature shoes. Like
yes, they do. And I'm not even a shoe head like that, but I don't like only shoe I like from. I like the Why Not 2 and 3s. I don't know why, but I do. I like how those look. But otherwise, I'm not really too crazy about any Jordan signature shoes that Jordan wouldn't wear.
Yeah, Jordan Brand has had like a lot of young stars come through, like as endorsers for years, and like they just don't do anything well with them. Like Chris Paul is on like his 14th signature shoe, and I wouldn't recognize a Chris Paul thing, like if it was in my closet right now. So they just need like
fake Jordans in my closet.
Like Melo has I don't know how many signature shoes, like only like 3 of them stand out. Like so Jordan Brand just needs to do a better job of designing their shoes. But they do have a nice little roster.
Yeah. Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer mentioned the fact that Kyle Lowry is a name to monitor in trade talks. And later on, there was somebody from the Philadelphia Inquirer who reported that apparently Kyle would like to play in Philly. You know, he's from there, the area or whatnot. But then Lowry's agent came out and was like, we ain't say that. He ain't pushing to go to Philly. We cool.
No, we not.
His mustache. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Do y'all like the idea of Kyle in Philly?
Kyle.
I mean, as a Bucks fan, no, because that's like a perfect fit for them. But I mean, if for Philly and for Lowry, like, yeah, if he wants to leave Toronto or if he's not planning to resign there, like, that would make the most sense. Like, that's the one contender. Well, not the one contender, but like that's a contender that has a obvious hole at point guard that actually has something to trade to make it worth Toronto's while. Because like the most obvious fit, I think, would be the Clippers, but they don't have shit that Toronto will want.
That's the game.
Unless it's like PG, like right. Isn't gonna happen. So, like Marcus Morris and Serge Ibaka, like no, I don't think that would.
Serge Ibaka just left y'all niggas. Like, come on, man.
Honestly, that was just like the third Clipper that I thought of, but yeah. Marcus Morris and Reggie Jackson and no first round picks to trade, like that ain't getting it.
And that would kind of be bittersweet too for Kyle too, to think about it. Like, your last game as a Raptor came in Tampa. Like, you didn't even get to, be
I mean, they were showing so much love
and,
whenever they get back to Toronto. Like,
that'd be crazy. Like, man, the last time I played for the Raptors, but my last game at home was actually last year. I didn't even get the chance to say bye to my fans.
Right, pre-pandemic.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see though. I like the fit of him in Philly as a basketball fan. As Eric said, as a Bucks fan, I do not want that to happen.
And I don't care what his agent says. Like, sure, he's probably not pushing for it, but it's like, if you trade, it's like Russell Wilson. Like, if you trade me, here's where I want to go. And yes, I'm sure Philly is at the very top of the list. Philly might be the list at this point.
Yeah. Speaking, talking about trades and whatnot, though, Alex Smith, he's going to be released by the Washington football team. He's not part of their future, as pointed out, I think, on a show a couple weeks ago. We brought up how he said, like, I messed with their plans. Like, they didn't expect me to do anything anyways. But I'm sure they were glad they had him this past season because they went 5-1 when he was starting. So he helped them get into the playoffs. At this point, I think Alex Smith is more of a backup if he's looking to continue to play. And I think there's some value in having a backup like Alex Smith if you have like a young quarterback. But best of luck, Alex. I hope that you don't ever have to take another snap because I don't want you to continue to get hurt. I don't want you getting hit. Whew. Okay, we get into some let goes. So
yikes.
Atlanta let go head coach Lloyd Pierce. They got Nate McMillan stepping in as the interim head coach. So black coach out, black coach in.
I heard
you want to point out the timing on that, Camille, since you brought it up?
They fired him March 1st. They definitely waited till Black History Month was over before they let him go. I peeped that immediately. I'm like, oh dang, y'all just he coached like the practice. A player found out on Twitter that he got fired. Like, he was just here talking to us. I didn't know he got fired. Like,
he was just right here, bro. What you fucking mean?
It was quick.
And he just had his wife just had a baby like 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
That's tough.
Like most of their free agent acquisitions have been hurt this year.
Or terrible. Like I didn't realize they were playing Tony Snell like minutes. I was like, yo,
DeAndre Hunter's been out for a minute.
And they were doing well while they had Hunter. Because Hunter looked like he took a step. Like he was playing. He was playing well. Rondo ain't doing nothing. Bogdan been hurt.
Mm-hmm. But apparently, Trae Young was looking for a new coach anyways, a different voice. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, like I don't think that Trae Young has been Lloyd Pierce's biggest fan.
No.
And that's probably why he was on the hot seat to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And like I also like when coaches get let go and it seems like they didn't get a fair shake, like I always had to take a step back. Like I'm not involved in their fandom. And I'm sure that they had their reasons, even if it seems like they didn't get a leash. Because I saw people like defending Jason Kidd when he got fired. And it's like,
yes, they did.
You ain't have to watch this man. Like,
I did ask just Hawk fans on my Twitter, like, how do y'all feel about that? And the general consensus I got was like, we knew this was about to happen. Some of them were like, this is BS. Like, it's not really his fault. Like, he had some questionable rotations. Like, he did some questionable things for sure, but they felt like they owed it to him at least to be able to see what he could do with the team at full strength, because everything's been so uneven. And as Eric pointed out, the free agent pickups they haven't really panned out too well for him.
I think that's been their biggest problem, is that they kind of short-circuited their rebuild. Like, they wanted to jump some steps, which again is apparently being driven by Trae Young, which, like, he's talented, but is that who you want, like, making a decision for your franchise at this point?
Well,
maybe not.
That's the way they're going.
Yep.
They won 20 games last year.
Again.
And you know what I mean? Like, I get what you were doing this offseason, but to go from 20 games to like 50 and being firm in the playoff, like that's a big leap. That's a big leap, especially in a conference that has some power at the top, especially with the way that Brooklyn came on. So,
and you're a team that's had like 6 or 7 first-round picks in the last 2 years. Like, you have a young-ass team. And just because you supplement it with veterans, like, you're either not playing the players that you just paid, or you're not playing the players that you just drafted. So either way, like, you're being pulled in 2 different directions. And, like, it just doesn't seem like there's much of a plan there. It's just like, we drafted all these young guys. Okay, only trade hit really right away. So now we need to bring in these vets. But, like, the coach he didn't develop the player. It's like, okay, if it's development, like, it takes time. It's not going to be.
John Collins is good, but he might not be there next season.
Exactly.
So,
he might
you know
not
what I
be
mean?
there
Like,
halfway through this season. I think
he might not. He might be gone.
And, like, you have somebody like Kevin Huerter that, like, showed flashes his rookie year, but then you draft Hunter and Reddish, and it's like, okay, so where are you going to play Huerter now? And you brought in Bogdan, and you brought in Rondo, and you know, like, and you brought in Chris Dunn. Like, okay, like, how are you, like, what coach is going to be able to control, like, this? Not control, but, you know, like, maximize his roster. Like, it seems like the front office is where they need to be pointing the finger, but.
Man, Tony Snell played 34 minutes in their last game. Y'all ain't gonna be winning no games with Tony Snell playing 34 minutes. And I know, not on that roster. Not on that roster. That's not gonna happen.
How many minutes did he play that game when he had 0.0 rebound? He was out there working. He just out there working on his cardio.
All them big zeros.
Then he had like 28 minutes that damn game or some shit.
When you start to Google Tony Snell, the first thing that pops up is Tony Snell 0 stats. He played 28 minutes in that game.
He played 28 damn minutes and didn't do shit. Didn't do nothing. How much this man had? What was his plus minus that game?
I bet you he picked up like 5 teammates off the floor though.
Oh, for sure.
I bet you he was rooting on the sideline. I know that much.
He wasn't on the sideline that long. Shit, he was there 28 minutes.
I bet you he was waving the hell out of a flag. I mean, child.
Oh, shit.
That man was a teammate.
He was.
Like, I didn't even have to take no shots. Like, y'all can do whatever y'all want. I'm here when you need me.
So the Big Show left WWE. He signed with AEW. He is going to be wrestling and serving as a commentator for their new YouTube show, AEW Dark Elevation. So you got that going.
Wait, so like AEW Dark is already like, is that an online only show?
Yeah.
So now they have like a spinoff of their online only show, which is on you. Okay.
They're growing
quick. Apparently they get some mad YouTube love apparently. So
they are adapting quick. Like they're gonna be what Vince probably thought never could happen again is happening with AEW. Like they picking up steam and they're getting better at it. They have the money, especially with was it Shad Khan, and then the Jaguars owner who's the billionaire. His son is what's his son?
Yeah, AEW. Tony.
His son is Tony Khan. They got the money. Like it's not like they don't have the backing to get with these media companies and these analysts. Like, hey, how can we maximize this? Like they seem like a more modern company that giving the wrestlers room to speak and everything like that. So and work on a art, so to speak. Like they're like wrestler friendly, I guess. That's what they're trying to go for. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but it must be nice to have a billionaire son that actually, just stays out of politics and just, spends his daddy's money on his little niche project. as opposed to, running for the Senate and shit.
Are you talking?
I'm not talking about anybody in particular, just,
Oh, what's that? We talking
just
about
just something in the ether.
Okay, for sure.
Anyway, 13-year NBA center Joakim Noah, two-time All-Star, former Defensive Player of the Year, has effectively retired from basketball. The plan is for the long-time Chicago star to eventually retire as a Bull. So, congrats to him.
Sir.
Yeah, congrats, brother. He had the ugliest form ever.
He was a monster in his prime, though. Like, he was a monster for sure.
Yeah, I remember him in Florida. He was
that team was a monster.
You saw always talking about Milwaukee and Cleveland. That man was a big city whore.
Yeah. Well, no, congratulations. I used to like Noah when he, like I said, back in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Those Bulls teams, he was still
it was scrappy.
Luol Deng, Andre Nocioni was on the squad.
It ran all of them into the ground.
Duh, it was Rose on there. They had Ben Gordon.
They had a little squad.
Jimmy was on the team with them too at one point, wasn't he?
Later, yeah.
Yeah, he came later.
Yeah, them Bulls teams, they had a little run. They had, win shit, but they had a little.
I mean, if Rose didn't get hurt, like they would have been like, instead of it being the Pacers, like it would have been them as the primary rival to the Heatles.
Yeah.
C'est la vie. Good shit though.
Yeah, Tim, your guy out here wilding, fam.
Who? Zlatan?
Yep. Yeah. How do you pronounce his last name? Ibrahimovic.
Mm-hmm.
So he criticized LeBron James in an interview with UEFA for Discovery Plus in Sweden, saying that it was a, quote, mistake and, quote, not a good look when James and other famous people get involved in politics. Understandably, LeBron James was not going.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild, though, because he was a hypocrite in this instance because he definitely was on the same shit. But it's just wild that Zlatan's star ain't even as big as he used to be. Granted, he's still a big star. Like, his name is going to be a legend in soccer, but sometimes you just don't say shit about it. Like, it ain't your business. It got shit to do with you. Just ain't nobody coming to you. I mean, you had your own issues and shit, dealing with racism and shit. Like, you said something. You was snitching on camera. But all of a sudden, can't nobody speak out about other shit. Like, man, sometimes they just need to shut the fuck up. You don't even over here. I got to hear you don't. Like, damn. That's how you felt when he was talking about his shit. Like, so they can just shut the fuck up sometimes.
And like, to an extent, I understood why he, like, what might inform, like, that stance. Like, as a European soccer player, like, you may not want to get involved in local or European politics in general, because, like, that shit is taken way more serious. Not way more seriously, but it has much more dire consequences, it feels like, than American politics. Like, we're divided as hell, but at the same time, like, you don't have to worry about, like, race war.
Taking you out.
Right, like, like I pointed out that, like, his parents are from, like, different Balkan countries, so, like, I would imagine that his household, like, bringing up politics is probably like, a really touchy subject, like, where, like, your mom's country and your dad's country, like, went to war with each other. But at the same time, like, you don't then project that worldview onto other people because, like, you're not them. So if you say, like, I, as Zlatan, don't want to talk about politics because I'm just an athlete, I'm not a politician, that's fine, that's great, and that's for you. But, like, to then say, like, it's not a good look for LeBron James to do, it's like, you're not LeBron James.
Yeah.
So it's not your place to tell LeBron James what he should or shouldn't do.
Yeah. He doesn't know what it's like to be a black man in America. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America. So, and I'm a black woman. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessary to do that.
And, like, I would much rather that LeBron James, as a athlete and as a famous person, uses his platform to, fight for change in the areas that he sees need his attention, much more than I would like to see, like, Will Smith or The Rock, like, actually run for office. Because, like, yeah, you're not politicians, so you shouldn't be running for office. Like, if you want to use your platform to stump for these political causes, great. But again, it's not my place to say that. I just wouldn't vote for him. Like I didn't vote for the last celebrity that ran for president.
Thank God you didn't.
We have a new co-host. I'm like, he done spilled the beans. So they're like, damn, where Eric go? We gotta get that nigga up out of here.
We had to make some changes.
Get him up out of here.
Stop calling him number 2.
Start taking sweatsuit sign, like, yeah.
They knew something about that nigga.
Y'all was right. But no, Eric keep the militant one on our show.
Exactly.
Which when we talk about our top 5 from last week, I want to bring that back up because that, yeah. But the Atlanta Dream.
I don't pander. Fuck that.
Exactly. Well, sometimes you do pander. You just didn't pander with that particular one. Yeah, you didn't pander with that particular one.
Why is it always an issue with my list? That's why I put my list up early now. So can nobody?
You know what? We gonna get there. Ken, let's talk about the Dream real quick.
All right.
Speaking of politicians getting out the dough and whatnot.
Yeah, the Atlanta Dream were sold to a group that includes former star Renee Montgomery. Montgomery becomes the first former player to become both an owner and executive of a WNBA franchise. Montgomery sat out the 2020 season to focus on social justice issues and recently announced her retirement from the league after playing 11 seasons and won 2 WNBA championships.
Now, didn't she retire and turn around and become the owner right away?
Like, yeah, she didn't play last season. She sat out to do social justice work, and then she retired recently. And then we just heard that she's part of the ownership group that's buying a Dream.
Congratulations.
So,
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's how
I like to see that. I like to
that's
see
like turn around a franchise.
Yeah. I like to see that. NFLPA executive director. How do you say his name? DeMaurice Smith. He told NFL player agents that y'all should work together during free agency and pretty much collude. Like, go ahead, like make sure that y'all setting. Yeah, do it together. Do it together. And that's illegal from the league side, but there's actually no rules from the players doing that. So get your money, players.
All this is gonna do.
About time you find a loophole. Shit.
Right.
I mean, Vegas is gonna have a bunch of leaks.
The NBA, I mean, the NFL league office has been running laps around him for years. So about time he found a way to kind of get that.
Yeah. So do what y'all got to do. Get y'all money. Jeremy Lin went on Facebook late last week and just had to speak out against some racism that he's been facing and that the Asian American community is facing. And he offered an example pointing out the fact that he has been called coronavirus on the court, which is like, fam, y'all are really out here doing that. Then I'm like, I guess I shouldn't really be that surprised given the fact that the former president referred to the coronavirus as, what was it, Chinese flu or some racist like that.
Chinese flu.
Yeah, whatever he said. Like, look,
he was wild.
Asian. I didn't realize how bad things were at the moment for Asian Americans. Like, they are really getting assaulted for no reason outside of being Asian, and they're like getting, like, it's elders being assaulted. It's not like they necessarily are picking like young dudes to fight. Like, they are messing elders up.
That's how it was after 9/11. They pick out that ethnicity or the background, and they regardless of if it's correlates or not, and they don't give a fuck. You look like you belong, so we're gonna fuck with you.
They didn't even care. Like, the racism in this country, it's off the charts.
Off the fucking charts.
Off the charts. And we generally talk about Black issues because we are Black people. We see it, we feel it, it affects us, but we ain't got no tolerance for racism, period. Like, they got to clean that up. The G League is looking into the fact that those claims were made, so hopefully they'll be able to find something out about that, and things got to get better. They got it. I don't really know too much more to say because America has a certain track record that doesn't necessarily make me confident, but it's sad. It's just sad. A Nike executive resigned from the company after her son
Motherfucker
used one of her credit cards to purchase $132,000 worth of limited edition sneakers for his own company.
Oh, gross, bro.
His resale company. Yep. He's 19, by the way, Joe Herbert. 19. And he used bots to buy 600 pairs of some Yeezys. I actually went to his like Instagram page thing to just take a look, the West Coast Streetwear, which is the name of his company. That little dude had all the shoes, like all the shoes. I didn't realize the shoe game was like that at this point. Like, that is crazy. He even used his mom's employee discount to buy sneakers in bulk to resell them. And Nike has a big no resale policy with employees, so she had to go. She worked there for 25 years.
Damn.
25. And
your little shit got me fired.
She had to know he was doing that.
132,000
way.
Don't just fall off the card, bro.
Ain't no way she didn't know what he was doing.
Ain't no way. Where this come from? You get the alert. 132,000 come off your credit card. What the fuck was that?
Your corporate card at that.
Well, you know how many people watching this card?
You know you know how his dumbass got caught is because he did a fucking interview with Bloomberg.
Yep. Told on himself for the clout.
Yeah, it was just snitching on himself.
The attention is ridiculous. The attention people are seeking, the instant gratification of that attention is causing people to do the absolute dumbest shit. I'm gonna implicate myself that I'm using bots that we all know is out here being used in the first place, and everybody get mad when they can't find shoes or PlayStations or none of that shit because you rich motherfuckers is out here doing shit where you could just go buy the shit yourself. Instead, you get these fancy ass bots, 600 pairs, 600 pairs of one shoe.
And he did that often. Like, I'm telling you, go to the West Coast Streetwear. Like, look at some of those pictures. Look at how much he was.
What's the name of these shoes?
Here's what this little shit said. So he's like, if you know the right people here, this is the city that sells shoes. Talking about Portland because that's where Nike and
his headquarters,
U.S. base is. He said that the right people can, quote, give you access to stuff like that a normal person would not have access to. So he's talking about like the numbers, like forecasting what shoes would do well, like which are shoes to buy in bulk that you can resell at a higher amount, like when to sell, like what the trends are. So he had insider information and he had access to
information,
the capital, and he had his mother's credit card. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the game is rigged. And if it's Nike and Nike executive that's basically funding resale culture, like
crazy.
That's got to be illegal, even if it's, if not just unethical, like because at the end of the day, like, that's why Nike's not doing anything about like bots and shit, because like they sell out their inventory. So like their problem is taken care of, and it creates hype for like the next release. And it's a self-sustaining thing. So it's like they don't have any reason why they would address bots. But if it's like insider shit, like then that takes a hit to like their credibility.
Yeah. And their sites.
Now we know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't care if it was him like actually running the company. Like, it's funded by the mom. So like she knew what she was doing. She knew what he was doing. So fuck her, fuck him, fuck all of them.
Well, he said on that. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packer quarterback, he donated $1 million to help 80 small businesses affected by COVID in his hometown of Chino, California. So shout out to him for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State, potential number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, he dropped 40 in an upset victory over number 7 ranked Oklahoma. Now, with this upcoming draft class, from everything that I've seen, the top 5 is really, 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 really strong. Like, really, really, really strong.
Them motherfuckers cold, bro.
They got
franchise players strong. Like,
they cold.
They got some questions in the rest of the draft, but that top, if you got a top 5 pick, like, you're gonna get an impact player for sure.
I was watching actually. It seemed like the end of that Oklahoma State game. I'm like, bro, this motherfucker. I mean, he was cashing shit, just cashing shit.
Cade Cunningham is basically Ben Simmons that can shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And could you imagine, like think about
Yes,
that.
Mr.
Oh, is it because he big as hell too? He was getting his own, like he was getting
he's
tipped
6'8".
back offensive rebounds and shit. He's a point guard, a 6'8".
6'8" point guard.
Ben Simmons,
Cold.
shoot.
I mean, like
Yeah.
shoot well, like that. Just kind of shoot when you open. No, like step back three, fading away on your shit.
Like he has a bag. Like,
Yeah.
That's
All right.
wild.
Last topic.
Jalen
of the
Green
week.
and Jonathan Kuminga are both killing in the G League. Jalen Suggs is like a pure point guard that can score, like probably the best point guard prospect that's come out. Like he's better than Ja,
Damn.
And
better
Josh.
than Fox. Like he's on the level of like Markelle Fultz, like what he was before the draft. Like where Fultz was like can't miss, legitimate like next Westbrook type shit.
He's like.
And you got Evan Mobley, who's a very mobile big that can shoot too. So
It's
yeah,
some-
top 5
it's
is
some-
stacked.
It's some talent. Last topic of the week before we get into our top fives. Cam, would you take us home?
Yeah, golfers paid tribute to Tiger Woods this past Sunday. Done in his iconic attire with the red Nike golf shirt and black pants. Tiger Woods said on Twitter, "It is hard to explain how touching today was when I turned on the TV and saw all the red shirts. To every golfer and every fan, you are truly helping me get through this tough time."
Prayers up for Tiger as he continues to heal from that accident. And that being said, we don't have any blow the whistles this week, so we're gonna get right into the tech top 5 and get on out of here.
I did, but it just popped up during the show, so I haven't had time to read it really.
All right, so did you want to do your blow the whistle or no? Is it quick?
No, just go ahead.
All right. Last week's Tech Top 5 was the Black Dinner Party. I pulled that one out. Can people were very intrigued about going to a dinner party with O.J. Simpson there.
And Barack Obama.
And Barack and Malcolm. Your
But
party was
I gave the
wild.
reason why I chose them. Why I chose
know.
everyone.
I understand.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose of why I chose it. Just think about it. That would be a lit party. It would
That'd be very interesting. It'd
exactly.
Be like everybody said, it would be an interesting
you'll be
party.
Educated, you'll be entertained, you'll be everything, all the above.
You be in danger.
Motivated. You said what?
You be in
Be in
danger.
danger.
Be in danger.
Don't walk to your car alone.
Tim, you also got some votes for your list. People thought your party was like lighthearted and just kind of like cool.
It's gonna be a good time. That's all. We just here to have a good time, get some laughs and shit. You know, have some stories, get some drinks. Nobody want to be all serious all the time and shit.
Niggas really wasn't effing with Eric's party. Like they saw that and was like, there ain't no
this nigga
giggles.
woke.
This the Woken's party.
They trying to heal the world and shit.
They should have Islam out here.
But this sound like some work function. Let me go.
Not that work.
Let me move around.
I'm just here so I'll get fired.
Where OJ at?
Hey, he next door. I'm gonna go in.
OJ did it.
Hey, all you gonna be here being there like, ha! Everybody go come in that bitch like, damn, it's cute. Get over there.
We did get one comment where someone was like, I'm not voting for any of the lists because there's not enough women here. And I was like, heard that. And it was funny because I couldn't say which list was mine, but when I made my list, I wanted it to be 3 women, 3 men, and I was including myself in that. So I was like, like, it's interesting. But
yeah, Sam said my list was a sausage fest. She like, you got a sausage fest. Otherwise,
That's
she like,
how
actually,
you
all
like
3 of
them, right?
y'all's.
That's
Well,
how you
2 of ours.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking when I put Rihanna and LeBron together because like part of it was like I'm gonna be talking to Rihanna while the rest of them talking to each other, but then Rihanna loved LeBron, so like I wouldn't have had no shot.
She probably would have like LeBron, you said.
She would have smiled. Oh, you the host? Okay.
Okay, LeBron, come sit here.
She won't be rude because you know you started the joint.
This week's
and you know, wasted the wrong card.
Right. This week's Tech Top 5 is Best Sport Jingles. So, as Ken mentioned, he had his list in there first. He had his list in there first. Do we want to go reverse tech order this week?
Flip it in reverse.
Yeah, we can.
All right, Ken. Go ahead. Let us know what's on your list.
All right, my top 5 at 5, I have the Monday Night Football theme. You know, are you ready for some football?
The old racist one?
Yeah, it is racist, but it's iconic. That's the first thing.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It is.
It's brand, that's why it's not on my list. Keep on.
Okay. At 4, the Olympics theme is dope to me.
I gotta hear the Olympics.
The Olympics theme is too like regal for me. I'd be like, man, y'all, it's just too like, like it's too regal for me personally. But it's a favorite of a lot of people.
Yeah, I enjoy it. And then at number 3, NFL on Fox. Number 2, Sports Center. In the 90s and like early 2000s, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That one was lit. And then number 1 is NBA on NBC. Didn't Tesh write that? John Tesh?
Yeah, John Tesh.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
Man, that round ball rock.
He was in there with a masterpiece. After that shit fire.
Yeah.
Oh, he took one long. Never mind.
Yeah. So that's my list.
Had it sprinkled on the piano and just like,
let's get it.
Like that theme. That's cool. Number 5 for me, I'm going with HBO's Boxing 24/7. I just like the way I've always liked the way that the boxing music sounded on HBO. It makes me feel like I'm about to fight, and that's what like it's supposed to do that. So like I appreciate that. Number 4, I got the NBA on TNT. That theme, really like that. Feels like basketball. I just like how that sounds. 3, I got NFL on Fox. The dun-duns, like it's big. It feels like football. It feels serious. It feels like you're about to really like. It feels like fall.
But the Olympics is too real.
Yes, because at least the NFL one got like some anger behind it. It's like we about to really like you about to knock somebody like some concussions about to come in here. Like this is.
It's either that or this.
Yeah,
like William Regal coming to the ring, bro.
I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. But the NFL or Tim, cue up the NFL on Fox real quick while you in the background doing that. That's my number 3. Number 2, I got the same Sports Center that at mid 90s through 2000s, and then number 1 is NBA on NBC. That round ball rock.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes. Yes. They don't get you like ready to play some football. Like, come on, man. Pass me some wings right now. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. That's my list, though.
All right. Number 5, I got Sunday Night Football. The Faith Hill? She's the original one, right?
Yeah.
Whoever the original one. 4, I got the March Madness CBS college basketball theme. 3, I got the Raw is War theme, so like the one from the Attitude Era, like and then like everybody else. Number 2, Sports Center. Number 1, Round Ball Rock.
The same Sports Center that we I got you.
Exactly. You gotta get the da-da-duns in there, my nigga. Number 5, I got the Champions League theme song. They be out there harmonized like a motherfucker. The Champions. I like that shit. But
I heard that, bro.
Number 4, I got Sports Centers. I guess I gotta get the dun-dun-duns. Number 3, I got the NBA on NBC. Number 2, I got Monday Night Football. Racist. And number 1, I got the NFL on Fox.
You got the same Monday Night Football one that Ken got. You ain't talking about like the one they currently use, right?
Correct. Are you ready for some football?
What do they currently use? I haven't watched Monday Night Football in a minute.
The ESPN has their own Monday night like music now that they play. It's actually not bad. Like I like ESPN's Monday Night Football music. It's definitely not as catchy or memorable as Are You Ready for Some Football? Is who?
Is Derulo still in it? Remember because they be having like little cameos and shit.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't.
They be doing their own thing on ESPN.
I don't know. But yeah, that's the top 5. That's it. That's top 5 for the week.
You have it.
Make sure when those polls go up, you let us know who got your vote. And yeah, that's the show. We hope y'all enjoyed it. We hope y'all stay safe. Take care. Rate, review, share the show, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait. Before we do the social medias, I had an idea. Like we need to tease out this Tech File Radio so that people are ready for it when it drops on social media. So in celebration of the glorious month that is March, it's only right that we play March Madness. So
Hey,
I know it ain't sports, it ain't done by an athlete, but it's about March Madness as far as I'm concerned. So
there you have it.
Hey, don't steal my line again, though, bro.
What's your line?
Wait a minute.
It was funny because when you said the wait a minute first, I was like, "Oh, is Eric doing it?" But then you
That's how I was like, "Okay, I'm let it rock because it fit." But hey, nigga,
whatever. If Stephen A can steal your shit, I can.
Ooh,
you said what? You
I
said
said
what?
Stephen A can steal your shit, I can.
Okay. That's how we doing. We just choosing violence today. That's,
I mean, this is a communal property, so we share everything here.
what Eric said. But if you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae, because
your mom is fancy.
Thank you, good sir.
At Bucks Burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
Yeah, damn right.
Everyday_gentleman on Instagram. KHarris216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
It's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ask Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I can't sing to y'all this week. They be yelling at me, so I'll see y'all next week, though. I love y'all.
When did we yelling at you ever stop you from doing what you was gonna do?
Hey, listen, sometimes I do. Not all the time. Sometimes.
Not often.
I was like, when, motherfucker?
Only when you get in the chest body.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
Take care, y'all. Peace out. Stay safe.
Wear a mask.
Especially Houston and Mississippi.
Just Houston, not the whole state of Texas. Just Houston, huh?
Was it? I thought it was Houston's governor.
It was the
Texas governor, not Houston mayor. I thought it was Houston mayor. I'm tripping. Not Texas governor. Okay.
Fam,
All
state.
Texas.
Anyways,
All
bye,
Texas.
y'all.
Y'all. Same to y'all too.
Bye.